everyone. Good evening. It's unusual for this Sunday because we're starting a bit later, but there's a reason for that. But yeah, it's another Sunday. It's my favorite day of the week. And it's now just 1 minute before 8 o'clock in the evening in the UK. I know it's a bit late. Maybe some of you it's already like sleeping time, but hopefully you're up, still up and joining us. And in Manila, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. For the early risers, or maybe those who have been so like out last night and just got back home. I hope you're joining us as well. Yeah, because this week's guest is actually, I'm really excited about it because just like last week's guest, Brian Espinosa, saw today's guest play live at Glasgow's Pop last year. I mean, I really love Glasgow's Pop. It's such an amazing festival. So I just want to say a massive shout out to Tita Ortega and Kenji for doing Glasgow's Pop because that is really good. If you haven't been, please look it up. Glasgow's Pop 2024. It's going to be a good one and get your ticket. Also, after Glasgow's Pop, I saw him again during the Soup Dragons tour, and it was absolutely amazing because so it's going to bring back all those happy memories of being, going to see the Soup Dragons and this band, BMX Bandits, as well. So please, my dear friends, please welcome Liam Chapman. Yay!
Hello.
Hello, Liam. How are you?
Hi. Very well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Well, no, thank you so much for saying yes to Ask the Drummer. Well, you can tell us the reason why we're a bit late.
Yeah. Oh, it's my fault.
No.
Yeah, I had a big old rehearsal today, and I double booked. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, it's really up to the guest. I mean, I'm really grateful that they're coming on the podcast and saying yes to Ask the Drummer. So thank you so much. And I know you've done band rehearsal, and it's for Tuesday's gig.
That's right. Yeah.
And I actually realized I'm gonna see you on Tuesday.
Are you coming along?
I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
Because Jerry Love is supporting.
Indeed. Yeah. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's how we managed to sell it out.
Yeah, I saw it being advertised on Facebook, and I thought, "Oh my God, Jerry Love is playing!" So I bought it because I'm really sorry, but I've not heard of Andrew. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Is it
Wasylyk?
Wasylyk, yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's lots of different. I don't even know myself.
But I'm gonna ask you about that later in the show. For now, I just want to welcome you to Ask the Drummer. Episode 111 is all about you, Liam Chapman. So hello. Are you still there?
Sorry, I just lost
you.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, just in case you didn't hear it. So episode 111 is all about you, Liam Chapman. So I asked you before if you were born in Glasgow, but you said no, you were born somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a place called Yetts O'Muckert in Chapman, and I always get the same face from like the person I tell every time. It's Have you heard of a place called Dollar? And it's near, kind of between Stirling and Perth. It's a little village called and Yetts means gates. Apostrophe of Muckert means wild boar, so gates of the wild boar.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll Google it up later after the show.
It does exist. It does exist.
So, you grew up there?
And yeah.
What was it like? I mean, obviously I don't know where it is, but I can Google it later. But can you tell us what was it like growing up in?
Oh, it's so lovely. Yeah. Very very nice. I mean, for one thing, I could play drums it was an old renovated steading there, so I had a place to play drums, and I could just play till 3 in the morning if I like in this old pig shed. um, we call it Dave's Dungeon. My dad's Dave, so yeah, that's where I got my first kit, and yeah, so it was great. I could play all the time there, and but yeah, it's very peaceful, rural, lovely. My mum's a gardener, so had a really nice place to be creative and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
stuck into the mud.
Well, do you have any sort of like music venues, or where do kids or where do
Um,
you just go?
there's a place called the Coronation Hall in Muckert, which is quite good. I used to practice down there with a punk band actually. My first band, they were called The Last Act, um, and I think that's when we'd get problems from the neighbours. They would be complaining about there's something going on in the hall.
Oh,
Uh, but yeah, it was nice. It's just like one of those little town halls with a cute stage, mostly for Kayleys, But it was more like down the Oakle Hills. Got like, you know, I think I played my first gig in Alva, but I used to play in Stirling a lot and play in the Tall Booth, which is a venue very dear to my heart.
yeah, yeah. I have heard of that. I have heard of so like is it Toll Booth you say? Yeah, in Sterling.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great. It's great.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a popular sort of like venue, isn't it? That place.
It's
Yeah.
brilliant, and the building's fantastic as well, and the staff were lovely, and yeah, really, they've got a really good program as well. My friend David Weaver has just started putting on uh, gigs there as well. He's working for them, and he's very good at getting a lot of varied
Yeah.
artists in. So I think it's going to be a really good year for the Talbot.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But are you from a musical family? Because you said that your mom's a gardener. What about your dad? Is he like a musician?
Uh,
No.
he wasn't a musician, no, but they're really into music. Yeah, quite a creative family, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like they've always been into music. Like there's been quite a lot of prog,
Oh, it's
Janet, and a lot of pop. So it's like kind of like Genesis from my dad's side, and then Dancing on the Ceiling by Lionel Richie while doing the hoovering on my mum's side.
oh, really?
But I suppose my grandparents they sing in choirs quite a lot, and my mum has 3 sisters, and the family have always like sung and in a lot of hymns actually and things like that.
Yeah.
We're not Christian like religious family, but we just all like to sing together. So we still do that at Christmas, and so yeah, I think there's definitely more melody and a music
Yeah.
side there from through the grandparents and trickle down.
Yeah. Yeah. But what got you into drumming though? Have you tried any other sort of like musical instruments, or you're immediately sort of like drawn to the drums?
Yeah, I actually learned piano first in primary school. Yeah, so um, yeah, I, and then I think it was quite strange. So I got this electronic drum pad as well, and I started playing that. And then my dad got me a drum kit as a surprise one Christmas. I was going down to help him fix a light bulb, and it was set
Yeah.
up, and it was just there, this silver percussion plus, I think it was. But I just went up to it, and I could just kind of start playing already, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, I suppose like I find there's a connection between piano and drums that with the rhythmic, and you're still physically hitting hammers, and it's quite a percussive instrument, obviously. So, but I
Ah,
guess learning piano first has fed into sort of melodic and musical side of being a drummer. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
but
um,
love picking up all sorts of instruments. I love trying
yeah.
everything.
Well, Aiden said that sound and picture looking good. Aiden is actually my tech support, so that's very good. That
Big up Aiden.
going through. Yeah. So, did you have proper drumming lessons, or did you just sort of like teach yourself?
Yeah, I did. I did music in school, and then I had an extra some extra lessons outside. Um, but I think it was always I can read music, but yeah, it was always a bit tricky. I think my ear was always so strong, and problems with sort of focusing on linking the two, like reading music and playing at the same time. I could do it, but it just didn't feel like organic to me as such. So yeah, I got lessons, but in a way, from a young age, I always was quite good at teaching myself and almost creating exercises for myself. Um,
All right.
yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah, I don't I don't feel like all the lessons I have led me as such to the sort of level I'm at now, but more just playing a lot
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
experimenting. Yeah.
yeah. Well, you mentioned your first band, the Last Act. Um, did you have to? Were you their drummer, or did you play something else? Were you already? So,
Yeah. I was the drummer. That just feels like such a long time ago. Um, yeah, I think I left the band and they told me it was the best band I would have ever been in my life, and it was a big mistake. And
oh,
I think I was sort of 16 or something like that.
oh, and
They
you
were
were
right.
well, you were still in that place. Is it something?
Yeah.
It's not a Glasgow band. It's that place.
Clackmannanshire.
Yeah. Well, right, I'm gonna say Paul Quinn, who's the percussionist of the Orchids. he
Yeah.
just he just said that Anna, your hair looks fantastic. Thank you so much, Paul. But Liam's bun needs combing. No, I
Oh
think
goodness! It's Sunday night, mate. I'm letting my hair down. I'm letting it up.
yeah.
Cheeky,
Well,
cheeky.
actually, talking about thank you for joining us live, Paul. But Paul actually sent us a really nice message, so
Oh,
lovely last night. So it's for you. So he said that please tell Liam I love him,
oh.
and please ask him about the Glad Cafe drumming school, where you gave so much to loads of people who played drums for the first time. So you all played in the park, you played outdoors, and you played gigs. And he also said that Liam, you are so inspirational. So that's
Oh,
from
thanks,
Paul
Paul.
Quinn.
That's very kind.
So you had the drum school?
Covering up for the hair comment there, though. I don't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you
So
had the drum school?
yeah. So I've got quite a big background in samba music and a lot of like African music
Yeah.
from studying my degree and getting into a samba band in Perth. So I brought that to Glasgow when I moved here 14 years ago. So yeah, the Glad Cafe, one of my favorite venues in Glasgow.
Yeah.
They also have an amazing project called the Glad Foundation. And it's a music charity. They do the choir, like the community choir, and guitar lessons. They do work with kids with who need they have additional support needs, complex support needs.
Yeah.
And I think for about 8 to 10 years, I've run the Glad Samba School, and
Wow.
it's morphed through various outfits. But we've had it 25 person strong, and it's very we've done lots of gigs. We did
Yeah.
the bread festival, and we've done like Black Lives Matter marches, COP26 marches, Govan
Wow.
Hill parade,
Yeah.
um, and then lockdown as well. We did it online, so like we are now, I'd have my camera sort of set up behind me, and
Yeah.
we'd be doing hand drumming, and I sort of created music for them to play along to. But it's an amazing community, and I'd really like to get up and running again.
Oh, so
We've
it's
got
not you're not doing it now?
No, just a little hiatus. It was 10 years in a row I'd been doing it every week. So, and then lockdown happened, and I think the Zoom thing just kind of it got a bit tiring. So I'm just I've got I love doing it. And the people involved are brilliant, and it's just it's a really nice community that's been created. And
Well, do you see yourself sort of like starting it again? Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think the Glad Cafe is more open for gigs every evening now through the week, and they're not open during the day. So that I used to do it on a Monday night, but sometimes there's gigs on, so we need to kind of arrange a block that works for the Glad now, because things are a bit different. But we'll figure it out, and if not, we'll do it in the park again.
Yeah. Oh, no, the Glad Cafe is a really nice venue. I like it there. It's
a
really, really good place. Is it right? Am I right in thinking that you're actually more of a session musician, a session drummer, than actually in a band? Is that right? Or
yeah, a sort of mix of both. I mean, I've played in bands growing up and throughout my 20s, and I love creating something with people in a project, and being part of a band, definitely. And I guess the session thing is just, it's making it my career, and having a focus there, and being someone that people, a service if people need me to record for them or do tours with them. But a lot of the time, there's a lot of longer term artists that I play with, and it kind of feels like you're in the band anyway, BMX Bandits.
With BMX Bandits, did you start playing with them last year at Glasgow's Pop, or did you play with them before?
Yeah, that was my first gig, actually. I'd known Douglas a while, through just the Glad Cafe, and and it just came about. Yeah, so Andrew and Amanda in the band are very dear friends of mine, and we all play in Duncan together as well. And Andrew plays on my music that I write as well, and they're brilliant people and brilliant musicians, and we've always played together through the choir. And I think I played with Douglas once for was it Rip It Up? They did sort of Songs of Scotland, one of the Glad community choir projects. So I sort of played with Douglas then, and then I think I don't know, it just kind of happened out of nowhere, actually. I'm suddenly in the BMX Bandits, actually. But that gig was so good. It was so fun. It was very stressful. I had to carry my gear for about a mile. But it was a lot of stuff, like sort of not funny amount. And I arrived, sort of 15 minutes before, because it was a really tricky place to park, actually, around there.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, this is really boring, talking about logistics.
No, because we took the bus.
You want to hear about the drops? No, it was fantastic. It was all just so suddenly on stage in front of people. First gig, but yeah.
How long did it take you, though, to practice all the BMX Bandit songs that you played at Glasgow Pop?
A little bit, because there's quite a lot of them. And I guess that was quite a long set. Because they're quite like poppy songs. They're quite short and sweet, so there's quite a lot of them, So I've got a studio in the West End, in the hidden lane, sort of the hidden lane, and I sort of go there and I sort of write down all the songs, and I go through all the structures. So it took me a few days in the studio. You're
already aware of the songs, though. Are you already sort of like a fan?
I'd heard quite a lot, but not all the songs. No.
Okay.
I mean, Douglas has got hundreds of songs.
Yeah.
But it was all the backing tracks as well, because I was, I wear these when I'm playing, because my little ones are broken at the moment. but yeah, so it was just, all the backing tracks, and there's a few new songs as well that were, it was. So I feel a bit more as we've done more gigs, I've managed to settle into it and make the songs, play them a little bit more in my own way and add
Yeah,
things that make it
yeah,
making my mark, or but yeah, it's so lovely. Like, such a fun band to be in. Douglas is an angel.
yeah.
You better be listening. Um, he's a walking music library as well.
Yeah.
Very
But,
inspirational.
but you're actually the second BMX Bandits drummer on the show, because Stuart Kidd.
Oh yeah,
Stuart
yeah.
Kidd was already on the show. And so, like, did you, because Stuart Kidd was there at Glasgow's Pop as well, but he was playing with James Kirk. He was sort of
Right.
like with
Yeah.
James
Yeah. Yeah.
Kirk
Yeah.
at the time, yeah. No, I think that's
Yeah.
another band. They was all like yeah, it was with another band as well. But
I
yeah,
was
did
too
you actually
busy
sort of like
walking a mile back to the car.
did you actually sort of like talk to him and ask him also what am I going to do? Because I mean he's obviously played with BMX Bandits before as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. He has. I don't think I'd actually seen him play. I'd seen Adam Stearns play with BMX Bandits, and but I don't think I'd actually seen Stu. Sorry, Stu. I've seen you play drums. You're fab. I've worked with you as well. I work with Stuart at Beetroot Arts in Springburn sometimes.
All right. Yeah.
He's lovely, brilliant musician.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
He's definitely got his own thing going on.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, he was in the Soup Dragon, so like doing guitars, so
I
like
know.
multi instrumentalist.
Totally. Yeah, he's great. That was a brilliant tour, huh?
Yeah, well, I realized now because do you remember in Manchester there was one time that I think you had a false start when you were sort of like playing. I think it's a new song or something, and there was like a false start, and you had to stop altogether and then start again. I don't know if you remember.
That actually wasn't my fault. The computer just, I think what
Oh, the
happened is,
computer.
yeah, I think actually, I think no, I think that was Glasgow's Pop as well. But oh no, maybe it was Manchester.
It
But
was
I think,
Manchester, yeah. It was a
yeah,
Manchester.
it just so I've got a click track, like metronome, and it just kind of it was going like this because it goes. You get a little count in, so it's like one. And Andrew, sometimes people put on a voice. It's like 1, 2, 1, and it kind of did this thing where it went 1, 2, 1, 2, and I was trying to count everyone in, and it was just it was technology.
Yeah. No, it was good though. I really enjoyed sort of like all the sets that you did during the Soup Dragon store because you did 4.
Yeah,
You did
yeah.
sort of like 4 gigs with them. Then that's absolutely amazing. It was brilliant. But are you going to be sort of like staying with? Because I know that they've got a new single. They just released a single, right?
I think it's coming out on Friday, perhaps. I don't know if I meant to say that, but there's a.
I'm sure I've seen it on social media that there's sort of like a new single coming out or something. Like...
Yeah, well, we've got the full record for you guys.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So whole album. So you're actually part of that new album that's going to come
recorded it
out.
last month with Andrew. Yeah, sounds really great. There's a lot of work's been put into it. It's going to be fab.
Yeah. Because BMX Bandits is like, it's almost like a collective, isn't it? So like different musicians like playing it. It's not just sort of like say you two that are only just 4 musicians throughout.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that way, I think. And it keeps it fresh. Keeps people on their toes. It can also change the music slightly, and gigs can be quite different for people. I think a lot of bands do that now, though. It's everyone has to be able to survive.
Well, are you allowed to say something about the new one? Or I'm sure we'll just sort of like hear about it on social media that there's a new album coming out soon.
Yeah, yeah. What would you like to know?
Well,
Sorry to
when
get back around
so
it.
are you so are you gonna be sort of like touring this album, or is
I'm
there
sure.
like
I'm sure
a
there'll be
BMX
some
Bandits
gigs. Yeah,
tour?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we'll be doing some gigs. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think I'm
brilliant.
allowed to say this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry if not. I mean, yeah, we will be gigging this year at some point.
Oh,
It's
that's
very
great.
good. There's some beautiful string arrangements, and or it's quite orchestral. There's a lot going on. Some medieval moments. Um, yes, I'd like to think
Wow.
that's my influence.
Oh, I see. So this
Uh,
is gonna be different from any so like BMX Bandits, so like
I think
albums.
it's good. I think so. Yeah, it's a lot more composed. It's quite some bits of prog. I don't know why prog's coming up again tonight, but yeah, it's quite. Yeah, there's yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite proggy. Yeah.
Oh, well, before I ask you about Andrew Wasylyk, I think that's why I help you pronounce it. You mentioned C. Duncan. I actually
Hmm.
Googled him.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so, um, so are you his sort of like regular touring drummer, or you
yeah,
work with him all the time?
yeah. We've not played for a little while. Uh, but he, yeah, we there was, sort of around 2015 was a really busy time. Chris is amazing. Like he's one of my top artists. I just love playing with Chris, and obviously Amanda and Andrew from BMX Bandits play with him as well. But uh, at, Chris was yeah, he's working on his fifth record now. I think he produces it all himself, and what his first album was Mercury nominated. So I kind of joined it a little bit after that, and that was a very very busy time, and we toured a lot over the UK and Europe,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's kind of like a big family. It's all playing together.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. So you
brilliant.
had Andrew and Amanda when you did tour with C. Duncan
Yeah,
as well.
eventually, yeah, that's the lineup it's at now. It's been through a few changes.
Let me see. Okay.
Chris is just doing solo at the moment, and Amanda's doing some bits and pieces with him as well. But yeah, yeah, and we did a tour with Elbow as well, which was fantastic.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah, yeah.
did a month of arena gigs, which was terrifying, but it's so fun. Um, uh, and then I worked with Chris on his third record, Health, with Craig Potter from Elbow in his studio in Salford called Blueprint, which was an amazing experience.
Wow.
A great drum studio as well. So yeah, that seems like a little while away now, but that was a really busy
Yeah.
epoch.
Well, I need to sort of like check out some of his music because to be honest, I mean, I've not actually heard C. Duncan. Was he in a band before, or has he always been sort of like a solo artist?
He studied classical music, so he's a
Oh, class.
composer.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but he does like yeah, quite like like choral pop. Yeah, quite electronic as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also like sort of Burt Bacharach and Beach Boys almost as well. There's a lot of harmony going on. So we would all, Amanda, Andrew, and I kind of like, well, they do most of the singing, but like we all kind of chip in, and it's 4-part harmony like the whole way through.
Yeah.
Most of the
Yeah.
songs, it's amazing. It's really fun.
Well, now I'm gonna ask you about Andrew because you're doing a gig with him on Tuesday, and I'm gonna be there. It's at the Macintosh Church in
Yeah.
Glasgow. So I've googled him. He's actually called Andrew Mitchell. I think that's his real name. I don't know where the Vassilic.
Yeah.
But Andrew Mitchell is
It's
easier.
I think it's perhaps named after his grandfather. Um, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But,
Okay.
yeah, he's Andrew Mitchell. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Mitchell, and he's in a band called Idlewild. I remember because Idlewild, I think, they were at Shine On. I think 2021, I think there was, but I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he was part of that, and also, and this is from Disco. He's also in a band called the Hazy Janes.
That's right. Yeah. He was the
Yeah, yeah.
singer and songwriter, and that was his thing. I think he used to play it at Electric Soft Parade as well. I think he did quite a lot
Oh,
back in the day.
all right.
He's Andrew's incredible. I can't wait for the gig on Tuesday. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, yeah. So you have been drumming for him for quite some time now. You're like his regular drummer now.
I'd say so. Yeah, like about 3. Yeah, since before lockdown as well. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, we've been doing a few tours and
Yeah,
just on all the live stuff. But it's incredible. It's like 8 to 9 piece band. So it's so fun to play.
yeah, yeah.
And
So how many of you are going to be there on Tuesday?
8 in total. So Andrew on keys and yeah, he plays piano and synths, and we've got bass, cello, viola, guitar, and flute, and trumpet.
Oh wow! It's Cherry Love going to be playing with you on stage.
Indeed, and I think Noel might be playing drums as well. I'm sure you know.
No way! Oh
yeah. Sorry, I hope that's not another surprise that I'm just giving away.
Oh, that is so cool! I'm actually really looking forward to going there because, yeah, when I saw that being advertised, I just thought, oh, Cherry Love's playing God, so I have to go and and I did Google. I googled Andrew Wasylyk at the time, and I was sort of like thinking, oh, I don't know his music, but it was like, if it's Idlewild, it's more sort of like rock, isn't it? It's like a
Idlewild's, yeah.
So like indie rock kind of band.
Yeah, they've also gone through quite their albums are quite different. Some are a bit more like their older stuff's a bit more heavier, and then they've got some gentler numbers. But Andrew's stuff is very ambient and sort of composed, slight jazz. It's quite Twin Peaks. Yeah.
So how was the rehearsal? How did the rehearsal go today?
It was really good. Yeah, there's a lot of music. We're doing a few new songs which are very tricky for the strings. They did really well today. It's sounding great. Sometimes you have to be quite on it because there's a lot of space in Andrew's music, and it's a lot of timekeeping, and you have to trigger. I've got a sampler pad, a Roland SPDSX with field recordings and arpeggiators on it, and I have to trigger it. And if you miss it, you're doomed. Especially like one today, I just had my pad set up in a dodgy way, and I hit it, but it didn't hit correctly, and it was meant to trigger a voice. And, so just anything like so it's a kind of different pressure, but it's very fun music to play. And everyone in the band is lovely as well. They're so talented. It's terrifying.
It's sold out, isn't it? It's a sold out gig.
It did, just the other night. I'm so glad you're coming along.
Yeah, I'm glad I got a ticket before it's all sold out. So I'm really looking forward to it on Tuesday. But we sort of have to move forward and ask you about another band that I saw on. I think this one is on. But I saw an article. You're part of. Is it Mew Mew? So is it how do you pronounce it? Is it Meow Meow? Meow 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 meow.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dolphins maybe actually start like calling her cats. Go meow meow meow.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's right. Yeah, yeah, meow meow.
Yeah, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, of course. So that's yeah, that was a little while ago. So that's a really good friend of mine called Julian Corey. He started it off solo, and he released music on Chemical Underground Records, and he's brilliant. He's really hardworking. He's now in Franz Ferdinand. He writes. Yeah, he's a guitarist and does quite a bit of production and songwriting. He's been doing that for a few years. But yeah, it was great. We used to play as a three-piece with another guy called Liam on bass. So it's quite confusing in rehearsals when Julian would say Liam.
Liam.
And then you turn around and he's actually on the phone talking to a different Liam. Inception. But yeah, that was so fun.
Now? What's happened to Meow Meow? Is that just
not
playing anymore?
I think he's just very busy with with friends. But yeah, I'd play with you again, Julian. Yeah, that used to be so fun because it was, you know, really high energy shows, and you know, people would just be moving all the time. And I remember this one gig at Bogbane Farm, Brew at the Bog Festival, and we closed this barn, and people were going absolutely insane. There's a lot of whiskey up there, I think, but it was really great. I really enjoyed playing that music because, you know, I got to bring in a lot of the kind of samba. I would have a repique or repinique, however people like to call it, which is like a really high pitched kind of Brazilian drum, and I'd have that as a first tom with loads of delay on it, and it just made this really cool sound. Yeah, that was really fun. I'd love to do that again.
Oh, right. Well, hopefully you do that again. But
yeah,
you also have your own project, or I don't know if it's like a band or a group or just a project called WIM. Is it WH?
That's right. Yeah.
And also it says that it's like is it dark yacht? Is that the genre of the music?
Yeah. That was it. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, like yacht rock.
Yeah. But it's all more like a more adult, adult, so like rock.
Yeah, it's like pretty cheesy stuff. But I guess but like the kind of stuff I sing about is a bit darker, and it's got the sort of groove of yacht and the songwriting sensibilities with and you know, like kind of Wurlitzer keyboard and you know, that sort of Alessi Brothers kind of doobies thing. But then I don't know, it feels a bit so a little bit, the music's sounds a bit darker, I suppose.
Okay, so it's like Alessi's Oh Laurie, but a darker sort, like
and
Oh Laurie.
And I sang like a Bee Gee over the top as well.
Oh, right. So this is sort like you don't play drums, but this is you sing.
Yeah, so I've not quite got it as a band set up yet. I would love to play live soon. I've got a full album that I'm going to release at some point. It's just taken a little while. I guess just I've been focusing on drums quite a lot, and I've put out 2 singles the last couple of years. They're available to stream or buy at all the reputable spots.
Right, so it's actually out there. Is it like like Bandcamp or something? Or...
Yeah, it's on Bandcamp. Yeah, it's WIM Scotland. WIM Scotland. Yeah.
Wow.
There's 2 songs, Scrolling and oh my goodness, Levitation is the other one, just as well. But I'm going to get some more out. I was thinking about perhaps drum singing live, instead of playing the keys and singing, because
Yeah.
the piano that I've written is too hard to play and sing along to.
So you are sort like going to be continuing as Wim, but not at the moment because you're busy with all the whole
Yeah,
stuff
there'll
running.
definitely be some more music coming out
Yeah.
in a little while. That's
Yeah.
the
Well,
plan.
yeah, that's really good because I've also check out your website. You've got a really brilliant website, Liam Chapman Drums.
Cheers.
It's very well presented, and I
Oh,
think it's
thanks. I did it
yeah.
myself.
Oh right, yeah, it's amazing because it's got everything in there. And actually, I've learned something new from your website because
Right?
you're offering something called drum stems. Now
Yeah, yeah.
I googled it. I still don't understand. I mean, I've learned that there is a drum stem, which is like it says it's already it's like a full. Is it like a full music
Yeah,
thing?
so actually, I only managed to do one little pack of those, and then my old studio got flooded, so I kind of it knocked me back a bit. But yeah, I was so drum stems are you get sent all of the individual recordings of the drum session. So you've got like 8 microphones, for example, and you just get sent the whole lot, so you can play music. You can record your own music on top of the drums if you desire.
Oh, so on your website, people can actually just sort of like order it for free, or just sort of like get it for free. So is this all like new, like original music from
Yeah,
you?
it's just drum beats. It's just drum beats that you download, and you open it up into your um, audio workstation software. Sorry, and then all the drum tracks are there, and then you could just if you want to put some guitar to it, you can. You can do whatever you want.
Oh wow!
I expect you to record something for me by the end of the week. We've only got 3 hours.
Oh wow, that's absolutely amazing because you're also a drum tutor. You teach drums
A
to
little bit,
anyone.
yeah,
Like yeah,
yeah. More kind of a lot more community stuff, I suppose. I have a couple of students who are
yeah,
really nice folk. But
yeah,
yeah, a lot of group work in schools, and yeah, lots of different projects.
yeah.
There's kind of
Well,
a sorry.
yeah, because you're the best person to ask. Because I always sort of like ask this: do you think anyone can actually learn how to play the drums?
Uh, is this whole thing just a ploy for you to get a drum lesson off me? No, yeah, mostly. Like, I mean, yeah. I think it's it's quite nice to teach people who you feel. I feel like I'm on the spot now a bit, actually. No, I guess I've had a few people over the years who it's. I guess they want different things out of it. Some people want just to have a blast,
Yeah,
but I guess, yeah, I find it's a lot easier to teach people who have a similar interest in music, and I have a friend who really likes Tony Allen, so we just have a really good time doing that. But I'll teach people who've never played drums before, and I find that really enjoyable as well. Kind of
yeah,
giving them the tools to be creative and and yeah, start them off in a good
yeah,
way. I feel like a first drum lesson or a first music lesson can be quite an off-putting thing, like if you have the wrong experience Or I remember learning violin for the first time, and my teacher was really horrible in primary school, and I just never wanted to do violin again. So
Yeah.
I like to. But I would love to play violin. But yeah, I think it's just finding out what people want from it, and
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean, because it's like I think in primary school when we had music lessons, because the teacher was sort of like so strict, you seem to sort of like you lose interest in what the what it's saying. You just because I've always wanted to be a drummer. I thought it was sort of like nice to be, I think they're really cool, the drummers. But my first experience was sort of like with the snare drum. It's hanging around my neck, and that's not really that's not really a cool thing to do. So like just go.
I don't know. I think you could rock it. Yeah, because originally that's where you get the traditional grip from, because it's on a marching drum. It's on your side.
Yeah.
So that's why people play. Sorry, my camera is too high, but yeah.
Yeah. I just thought, well, I'm not gonna do this because it was. But then I tried when I was sort of like a young adult. I tried it. I had a sort of like a crash course on drums, but it's just that I'm more sort of like I love watching drummers, so I just sort of like watch them. So like every time he says, "Okay, it's your turn," and now can you do that again, please?
Yeah.
Just play that again?
But it's just repetition. Like I have to do that still. There's always stuff to learn. I feel like I'm just getting started with learning things, and a lot of the time it's just repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you'll go back the next day, and something weird overnight happens. It's like a sort of elastic memory. I'll go back the next day, and my and muscles as well, like physical, like you'll be able to play it a lot better. And you need that break from the stuff you've just been working on.
Yeah.
So it's just practice, like anything in life.
Yeah, if you practice, if you really put your heart in it, I think. I guess I'm just so like really lazy. I'd rather just watch the drummers themselves instead of me learning it.
There's different ways to learn as well, though. Because if someone, like I'm not very good at, taking in information from reading, but I'm more like by example, someone showing me, or listening. So,
Yeah.
if maybe you watching someone do it doesn't really work, like go into your head as much. Whereas if someone gives you a little rhyme to sing, like I am a legend, I am a legend. That one's for
Yeah,
Paul.
you
You can just play it. I am a legend, and then that's you might find that an easier approach. Or if you're more into reading, people might
really
find
good.
that easier. So there's so many different. It's just learning methods, which is really interesting, especially if you're teaching a massive group of kids. You're trying to teach everyone as a oneer, and working out everyone's little quirks and what they need to to learn. It's a good challenge. I really enjoy that sort of dynamic.
Well, Paul said that he loves the drum plant, the drum plant pot. I asked him that as well. That's not actually a plant pot. It's just a drum.
It's a drum.
It's a working drum.
It's a working drum. Do you want to? I mean, I can get it down.
But the plant is actually just on top of it.
Yeah, I like.
They might get one.
I like kind of weird antiques.
Yeah, it looks really cool. That's so cool.
Thanks.
But on your Facebook page, it actually says that you work at Scottish Ballet.
Yeah.
Are you still? Yeah. So
yeah.
Are you like the drummer, or what do you do?
I do a little bit. I do a little bit of both. So I do piano accompaniment. It's for time to dance and dance with Parkinson's. Dance for Parkinson's, and I just do it freelance every now and then. It's amazing. So you play in this grand piano in a beautiful studio, and it's It's for people with dementia and Parkinson's. So their movement, and I play drums as well. So and sometimes I like to try and do both together. But it's very hard. They're like, get a grip of yourself. But yeah, a lot of that is sometimes they're like, can we get a tango? They don't snap their fingers at me, but it's you have to sort of really look at what's going on and be responsive, which is a really, really good challenge, you know. But a lot of it's about pulse, and you know, if you're doing a waltz, and we do a lot of call and response, and if I clap a rhythm, you clap it back. It's a really amazing project, and the participants are all so lovely.
You certainly like doing all these sort of like challenging work, and you know, so it's not just, you know, if you're in, I mean, I'm not saying that it's very repetitive, but if you're in a band and you do a tour, so you do the same sort of like songs every night, but what you're doing is actually very different. It's all like all these different projects that you're involved in, and yeah, it's very cool.
I do find every night's different though on playing a gig though. Venues and how you're feeling, how the rest of the band's feeling. What you, if you've had a massive curry before going on stage. But I find that just as hard. It's like more about your focus and getting in the right frame of mind and for a gig. You know, I find that different night to night. I find that just as challenging, to be honest. But yeah, I do like challenging. I do like challenging work, I suppose. Yeah, that's why I'm always so zen.
Yeah, well, which reminds me, so like during the Soup Dragon store, you had 2 drum kits, so like set up on stage. There's your drum kit, and then there's Ross's, you know, Ross Sinclair's drum kit. Yeah. So, is that sort of like something that because you don't want, or Ross didn't want his drum kit to be touched by anyone? So is that always been sort of like the case that you wanted to have your own drum kit because you have a different setup from Ross Sinclair's?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I guess like it's probably more that me and Ross just want to be like, we need more drums on stage. Me want to hit things. Nah, it's just set up. I went to, I saw them practicing in Berkeley studios, and they invited us in just to check out, and yeah, his kit was just like he had his own setup going on, and it was quite different to mine. And I just asked if it just use mine, and I'm quite quick at packing away, and so it was fine. The odd night it was quite tight, but also his drum kit was really cool. Definitely suited the bands, and also I just love my drums. I like playing them at any opportunity.
Because you do have different. Every drummer's got their own different sort of like setup with their own drum kits, right? Or you can just play any drum kit that's on the stage.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's meant to be the sign of a good drummer. You can play on anything and make it sound good, which is quite good to try and follow that. But you know, if you've got like a snare over there, it's quite tricky. But yeah, I guess people like to have their own setups and have kind of you know, it's nice. I think everyone's trying to make their drums look as unique as possible at the moment. You know, we've got all these like clap stacks and loads of like people are like putting kettles on top of their drums and things like that to make it sound weird. But yeah, there's like people who are putting like objects on. You know, I've got my towels and stuff. I like that kind of.
Yeah, well, what's with the towels though? Because you're not the only one that I've seen. So like putting towels on their drums.
Yeah.
What
Okay,
the
it's
drums
just
like,
that's been around since like the 70s. It's just kind of it just dampens the sound, and this you get this nice thud. But I've got this thing where I put my uh, the it's more of a silk scarf I've got, so it's thinner, so you can still do a little buzz roll on it. Whereas like a tea towel is a bit like, but I put it under the rim and then sort of tighten the rims around it, so you can. Yeah, it's kind of geeky.
Wow. Right. Well, I know it's nearly 9 o'clock now. I'm just gonna ask you like four regular questions that I ask every sort of like guest that I've got on the show. First one is, I don't think I've ever seen you twirl when you play the drums. Do you do that? Do you
What, like physical twirl or twirl the stick?
just with the sticks? Is so like do you? Yeah.
There you go.
When you play it, do you do that kind of thing when you play?
No, I'm too busy playing. No, I don't know. It's a certain look, that isn't it?
Yeah. No,
See,
I
I've got this little one. I like to do it sort of between my fingers rather than the sort of. This one here. I don't know. Yeah, I sort of do a little subtle one, you know.
Yeah. So you sometimes do it.
Yeah, can you do it?
No.
Right.
Oh,
Bring your wooden spoon on Tuesday. I'm gonna teach you.
Because I have seen a drummer, and he's gonna be on Ask the Drummer, so like in April, I believe. But he's amazing because every bump, every sort of like hit of the drum is the twirl bump. Twirl, bump. It's just so good. It's so
Jeez.
cool.
Nice. I used to be really like, wow. I need to get a bit more like that. I've gone a bit conservative with my.
Oh.
I'm more about the playing, and that. Yeah, I watched a video of myself the other day, and I just looked really serious. I think it's just because I play in so many bands all the time. I'm just trying to remember all the music, to be honest. But
and you sing as well. I mean, with BMX Bandits, you don't just play the drums, you actually do some backing vocals as well. So.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I saw your picture of me with the mic. You find the kit. Yeah, that's really fun. Douglas makes us do all sorts of like little weird singy song bits.
Yeah. Well, I hope to see you again with. Well, I'm going to see you on Tuesday, anyways. But with BMX Bandits, I'm really looking forward to seeing you again with that.
Yeah.
But next question is drumming heroes. Do you have any drumming heroes?
Heroes. So I don't know. That's a tricky one. Like, do you mean the sort of
like maybe inspiration? Who did you want to sort of like? You always look up to when you like their style.
Yeah. I guess I always like the kind of 70s stuff. You know, I like Fleetwood Mac a lot, and I think subconsciously I've got a bit of Mick in my playing, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I've never been like, I love rock gods. You know, like who's your favorite Ginger Baker or you know,
John Bonham,
Steve. Yeah, you know, I've never really been like that. It's more, I think I've just heard stuff in the background and had an urge to sort of take in rhythms from elsewhere, like the sound of a train or something. But I don't know. Those kind of classic drummers, I like Steve Gadd the best. Yeah, I thought this question would come, and I was like, I always forget the names of drummers. There's there's the drummer from Bon Iver. Matt McCaukin. He's exceptional. I love his style. He's just like a big guy, like got a really weird setup. And Darren King as well. He's very cool. There's a female jazz drummer. She just won the sort of Drumeo Jazz Drummer of the Year. Her name's Roni Pony. She's very cool. I'm just throwing drummers at you now that I can think of. But I like sort of people who are unique and
Yeah, yeah. Because you've got your
creative.
own different style as well. It's so, like you said, you're more into samba. So, like
Yeah,
a
I mean, obviously, I don't want to be the sunshiny samba guy that plays samba and everything, but um, but yeah, I guess having quite a musical background and studying music, um, and being a songwriter,
yeah, yeah,
I feel like that it feeds into my playing. I've heard from people that I'm a musical drummer, and I really I listen quite intently to things and try and complement music as what else is going on as much as
yeah,
possible, and that's what I find really fun. And just being creative and
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, can I just ask you? So, like, I've just thought about it. Do you write drum parts? When someone, like, say in a band, when the songwriter, mainly the singer or maybe the guitarist or something, when they
Mm-hmm.
write a song, do they do drum parts as well, or does the
It just
drummer do drum parts?
Yeah, it just depends who it is, because some songwriters, they have a good understanding of drums as well, and they want things to be quite like they've already got the solid idea of what they'd like. But I've had sessions where people have asked me to create parts for it, and a lot of time in the studio, there's things that happen where it gets quite experimental, and you'll
Yeah,
change things. But a lot of the time in the studio, I find, especially with like pop stuff, a lot of it's just engineers really like kind of, and artists like things quite simple. But a lot of it's about the sound of your drums. I'm really into just drum sounds, but I do, yeah, I really enjoy coming up with drum patterns for things. When people do ask, it's
yeah,
very exciting. It can be quite challenging in the situation as well if someone's asking you to sort of create a part, um,
yeah.
and I love that challenge,
And do
especially when
you
you
write
sort of
it down, like with notes and things, or how
not really,
do you know how you do
just
notes?
like I guess always in my head I just have so many drum ideas going on, and yeah, I guess you're just influenced by the music that you're
Yeah, yeah,
you're you're working with at the time, and it reminds you of something. Um, uh, yeah, I think it's nice to sort of think outside the box. You'll play a beat, but you'll try and put an accent somewhere else, just to make keep it original. Try
yeah.
and do something a little different. But sometimes you just need to do the beats that serve the song. It's and just play it well, and have a nice sounding kit.
Yeah, I think
um,
it would be nice to have like a musician's mind, because sometimes when people sort of like tell me things, even with clicks, that when you were sort of like talking about click tracks and things like that, sometimes it's all like just what is it? Like, what's that thing? Sometimes I think that okay, I get it, but not having a musician's mind or a musician's way of thinking, I think it's a bit difficult for just fans. Because for me, I hear the whole song,
yeah, yeah.
so like the finished product, but actually so like
I'm in this world.
individual, yeah, the individual, so like instruments that they're using, because
Mm,
sometimes unless you're a musician yourself, sometimes you can't really sort of like tell what
yeah. Well, with the with the back, that's only when we're using backing tracks. So like I do play with my headphones off most of the time, but in the BMX Bandits, for example, and other bands, there's uh, certain little keyboard parts that no one's actually playing. They're coming from the laptop, so it's
I
it's so I can so I can keep in time. Um, if you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah, so it's
Yeah,
like
it's very
recorded
boring.
in. Well, all right. Well, the next question is: have you ever had any disasters or any accidents when you're playing the drums,
Oh
like
wow.
falling over? I mean,
No, I did have food poisoning last January before playing at the O2 Academy and the Olympia in Dublin. So
Yeah,
it was horrendous. I was so ill, and you know when you've got food poisoning, you just have no energy, and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of throwing up a lot, and it was just it's so amazing though that your body can somehow manage to find that energy to do a show. I
Oh,
don't
so you
get it.
still play? You still manage to play even after you've had the food
Yeah,
poisoning?
yeah, I had to. Yeah,
Gosh.
but I don't think I've ever fallen over, which
Or
is
maybe hit
very
yourself.
surprising. You know,
Or maybe hit yourself with whatever.
I one time actually this old venue in Edinburgh called the Electric Circus. They had the monitors up in the air, and I went to I in sound check I ran and I did a massive jump off of the stage and just jumped directly into the monitor. I had like blood coming down and everything.
Oh no!
Um, it was so stupid.
Oh no! Oh dear.
uh, I'll have a think though if there's anything. Yeah, I must have done. I
Yeah.
must have done some other stupid stuff. I'll let you know.
No, it's all right. Well, being a drum tutor, or what would be your advice or best advice for like aspiring drummers or aspiring musicians out there?
Um, I'd say just play as much as you can. Um, practice a lot. Play with as many people as you can, and sort of try and find out about as much music as you can. You know, don't be closed off.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very nice to have a lot of influences and be able to pull them in and just just to be a tasteful musician, I suppose, is quite
yeah.
important. I mean, I love a lot of stuff that isn't probably is very
And
tasteful as well, but you know, just having yeah an awareness of yeah a lot of different styles of music and
yeah, and
um,
create your own genre, like dark. Yeah.
exactly yeah. Yeah, I think you're right though. You know, just thinking outside the box and
Yeah.
just being a dark yachtsman.
Yeah. I actually googled it. I couldn't find any sort like kind of so like I think that maybe you're the only one who's done it, so you're the pioneer.
Well, that's yeah. I was trying to make my bio all fancy, and I looked up dark yacht on Google, and I think the only thing came up. There's one Joni Mitchell song. It said it was dark yacht, and that
Oh,
was that was it. But
that was it. Well, thank you so much, Liam, for saying
it's been so
this
nice.
last drama. And you must be really tired after so like 5 hours of drum rehearsal, practice, band practice. So thank
Yeah,
you. Because I was so like when I saw the message, I was thinking, oh God, he's busy, so he can't do it. But I'm glad that you
yeah. I
still
wouldn't have. I wouldn't have
yeah,
wanted to miss it.
great.
I'm so glad we could chat. I'd love to do
Yeah,
it again.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday. So
Yeah,
thank
fun.
you, thank you very very much. So like time to go to bed now. It's like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I've still not had my dinner actually, so
Yeah. Oh right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, have your dinner now,
it's
and
all good.
yeah, and thank you so much. And I'll see you on Tuesday.
Thanks
Yeah.
so much.
All right. Take care.
Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank
See ya.
you. See ya. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live. It's so lovely, Liam. I'm really glad that he's playing on Tuesday because I'm going to be there in Glasgow. And I can't say that, you've got to go and see it because if you haven't got a ticket, it's sold out. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I do have one. So I'm going to be there and I'm really excited about it. So thank you so much, Liam Chapman. He's got a brilliant website called Liam Chapman Drums. Do check it out. But I'm going to post the link to his website on the Astro Drummer page as well. So do keep an eye out for it. But anyways, thank you all so much for joining us live. I know it's really late, so I should really say goodnight to everyone now. But as always, love music, love life, love drummers. You've seen Liam; he's absolutely amazing. Really, really lovely guy. And thank you, Paul, for that lovely message for Liam as well. I'm so glad that you're here. Paul Quinn is actually um, the first guest of Astro Drummer, Paul and Chris Quinn from the Old Kids. I'm really grateful to them because if they hadn't said yes to the podcast, we probably wouldn't go on with it. But yeah, thank you so much, Paul. And next week, we're going to have another amazing drummer. So do keep an eye out for the guest announcement post and hope to see you all again soon. Take care always. Bye for now. Bye.